Hello, and welcome to I almost said another podcast of Hate Skill Windows. Yep, that's the show. Hello, welcome to We Hate Skill Windows, where we review power fantasies and sometimes not power fantasies, and we talk about skill windows and mostly just talk about how things have good art. Today, we are reviewing Auto Hunting with My Clones. Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm Rye.
Chris.
But at this point, like 65 episodes or 66 or whatever we're at, you should probably know who we are. But you know what? You might not. So before we start though, this is Auto Hunting with My Clones. This is on Webtoons. Um, so you can probably find it on other sites as well. And Chris has given it a prediction score of 6. Maybe actually we don't reveal our prediction score or something. How do we make it like non-biased? I don't want. We're not gonna. Neither of us are gonna try to like gear towards making this 6 happen, are we?
No, yeah.
No, of course not. Okay, my thoughts were just for not. Okay, so auto hunting with my clones. Well, would you believe it if I said one day portals opened up and monsters came out of the portals and then people emerged who were called hunters, and they're people who can fight against the monsters. And hunters are divided into ranks, and the rank dictates how good you are and what skill level and shit. I swore already. Uh, what we don't have to restart. Screw this. YouTube won't even. Sure, I don't. If this damn project gets to the point where we need to actually censor for the algorithm, we'll get there. We'll get there when we get there. It's not the F word, so surely YouTube will allow it. But this man gets a power, cloning, and everyone laughs at him because apparently the last person that had a cloning ability only was able to create like mirage clones, basically like intangible nothing clones. But he can literally create a basically one-to-one copy of himself. And so what does he do? He sends the clone to the gym, and then he slims down. I have thought, damn, this is very lookism. And then he made another clone, and I went, oh, it's not like lookism. And then he does a lot of stuff. It's pretty OP. That's the synopsis.
Yeah.
You got stuff to say about this one? Overall impressions, let's say.
Mm, it's funny.
I agree. It's funny. This one's like literally chock full of a bunch of gag panels. There's
Yeah.
this particular art style the artist goes into whenever he wants to demonstrate like a funny point. It's a very funny art style. It makes it very fun. So I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
Uh Other than that, it's your typical run of the mill power fantasy. So I enjoy it. He does enter an academy arc later down the line though. And I don't understand why he had to.
I know, right? That arc makes me
So
so
just for context wise, like literally like 50 chapters in, he's like persuaded by the power of this elixir that he needs to save his like sister who's dying from like a mana illness. It's your right. It's literally just the. You know what happened in solo leveling, don't you? By now, you know how solo leveling
yeah,
Sunja Move's mom is like poisoned by like mana paralysis or
for
something.
sure. Yeah.
And you know how like in in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, um what is it? Is Jotaro's mom or something? No.
Just kiss.
Josuke's mom?
Jotaro's.
Jotaro?
Jotaro's.
Jotaro's mom, right? Yeah, is like also like poisoned by something. The hero
Yeah.
needs to go somewhere to save the person who is dying, who's dear to them. It's such a common trope. Hmm. Anyway, apparently there's this magical cure-all elixir that is purported to possibly exist, but you need to enter an academy to do so. So he enters the academy. But he doesn't enter the academy a normal way. He enters the academy by paying his way in there, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
I like that part.
It's
It was like you have two ways to enter this academy. You can either be like really low rank, or you just donate money.
it felt
Yeah.
I don't know. The premise seems
I
so
my thing
open.
is right. Like if he's pretty OP by the time he's at level like episode 50. Why didn't he
Yeah.
just like dispatch the Canis Guild or something? They just grab the elixir for him. Surely there is an elixir on the market, you know? There's
Yeah, there
gotta
must
be
have been
another
other
way that
like
doesn't involve him going to school.
what's weirder is that another guild had the exact same thought, and they sent in an also really overpowered person to this school for like weak hunters, and I'm just like, how did these two like?
Well,
Why didn't every guild in
so
all of Korea enter the school with their A ranks?
wait, so I mean, they sent the other guy in for some different reasons.
Well, he also wanted the elixir apparently,
He does want the elixir, but he wants the elixir so he can prove to his dad that he's not like useless.
but his dad wants the elixir too.
Uh, well, okay. I'll be honest. I went and looked for this one after I finished it because I was like, I actually wanted to know what happens more. So I read up to like chapter 83 on a different site.
Oh.
I know personally, even spoilers from you, I suppose, that it's him that wants the elixir, and there's actually like pretty valid reason for doing so. He's also
It's
not
just
very
like,
OP. He's-
why doesn't
uh,
every guild just send in like why do you send
it
in
is
a
also
B
revealed.
rank
I'll
hunter?
also point this out. It's also pretty revealed that later on, yeah, a lot of people did send like undercover guild people over.
But only two B rank people got
Only two
sent.
B
Like,
ranks. Yep.
why
Everyone
didn't
else
they
was
send
like
an
C
A
or D
rank
or
and then
E. Well,
they
because
should
they
have
didn't
sent in?
accept anyone.
Well, they accepted those two B ranks.
Well, yeah, because they donated a crap ton of money.
Yeah, they could have. Why didn't everyone else just donate $1 trillion and go like, "Here's my A rank hunter."
Because I
He's trying to
well,
learn.
I so I can't say too much. Do you care about the spoilers actually?
No.
I don't think we've ever really cared about the spoilers. Listen, if you're listening to a review, you should probably just like expect for spoilers. I'm gonna try my best to not like spoil everything though. So to be sort of vague, there is a grand plan to having only weak hunters. And if there were too many high rank hunters, it wouldn't work, is basically the best way to explain that. So, and the principal later on like says something along the lines of, I already disobeyed like instructions by allowing uh the main character into the school, but I think it's
He
fine or
was
something.
greedy for money.
But yeah, who can deny money, right? But there's basically a big like underlying sinister nature of this
Yeah,
academy.
it was too or too like I assumed something bad was happening because in the beginning when they were starting it, they had all the people looking in the shadows as they built this academy. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
something
plus
fishy.
this is like made by plus this academy came out of nowhere,
Yeah,
right? Like people were doing fine, and then they were like, "Oh, hey, by the way, we're giving out like free skill orbs and stuff." You know how people say like there's no such thing as a free lunch? I feel like in that world there is no such thing as a free skill orb. That seemed a little BS.
Uh, I mean, they could afford the skill orb considering how much money they got donated. He was like, that skill orb costs $8,000 as he donates $2 billion to enter the academy. I'm like, can you even make these jokes anymore, sir? Like,
Yes, of course he can. Once poor, always poor. What do you mean? Chris, if
mm,
you make a lot of money, you know, more than all the billions that you're making already, of course, uh, would you still not, look at Taco Bell and be like, I can only afford two crunchy, whatever, Crunchwrap Supremes today. Would you not? You're telling me you would just change your whole lifestyle just because you got money? Will you not still be super stingy because that's how you know how to be? It's
oh,
been a very recent amount of time that this man's gotten all that wealth.
he spent 2 billion very quickly.
Yeah, he's got an elixir he needs.
Mm, why didn't he just buy it off the market? A normal person.
It's gotta not be on the market, I guess. But if it's not on the
Eh,
market, then how did this elixir be known to cure things? There's gotta be another one that
yeah,
exists, right? That also
it's
cured things?
it's just like um,
Also, the weird
there
part,
has to
right,
be a
is like
more efficient
there's
way of doing
hunters with
this.
all these type of skills. You're telling me there's no curing hunters? There's no like curse removal hunters? There's not people with like high restoration abilities? Right? I guess that would only
Um,
make sense, right?
the entire premise is just so ridiculous.
Also,
I, I
also right. You mean to say that there have only been two people that can do cloning?
ugh, it
I
broke my suspension of disbelief.
this is again the point where I'm like, you're telling me like, whatever billions of people on the earth and only two people, and they're both Koreans. Oh, got cloning abilities. Something doesn't feel like it's adding up, but it's probably fine. Because in the power fantasy world, do you need what what type of realism do you even need to ground yourself in, you know? I don't think you need more realism to ground yourself in. It's gotta be like, ooh, funny man beat up funny people. And then you just nod your head and keep clicking. That's about it. We rate?
Yeah.
Okay. His ratings are getting shorter and shorter. The art. Go for it.
I'd say it's like a 8.
8, huh? I am gonna give it a 9 because it's got comedy faces. And it did good comedy
What?
faces without doing the thing that plus 99 wouldn't stick did, which is do comedy faces and then make them like perverse and horrific. I cannot believe that markets itself as a comedy webtoon. It's body horror. Also, all the jokes that they made about like, oh, she's now the Demon King. She's also like still very much underage and not and a minor. And then they started like showing fan service more. I was like, Korea, do laws not exist over there? Or are you just allowed to make like really weird jokes like this, and we in the West are the ones that are wrong? I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know anymore. You ever wonder how like all these nationalism pushing type of narratives show up and still get published in these like webtoons?
Yeah, they really like it, I guess.
Yeah, but like, why does no publisher look at it and go, "Damn, this won't really sit well for a Western audience" or something? I guess
I
no one. I guess it's always made for domestic, and then that's why it's just like translated by fan sites, huh? Or picked up by
well, this is
webtoons.
translated by Webtoons,
This one was translated by webtoons, but it was definitely not like licensed by web. I feel like this was like picked up. It got big enough to get picked up.
it might be that Korea's just more nationalistic because they've got like that enforced army service thing.
The mandatory army thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. I think if we had a mandatory draft, we'd be more patriotic.
Maybe.
I mean, okay, well, I'll ask you a sort of general question. This is not to weigh how patriotic you are, I guess. This is just more so how much you cared in high school and middle school and all that. When everyone was like, please, now please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. At what point did you stop standing?
I never stopped standing.
Oh, I completely stopped in like eighth grade or something. I just stopped caring.
Like, you didn't stand up when everyone else stood up?
Yeah, now please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I just sit and sleep.
Dang. I would have been too self-conscious to do that, honestly, but
Or if I was like procrastinating, I'd be like, all right, it's time to scribble homework down, you know?
fair enough.
I mean,
That's
it's free
um,
time. It's literally
it,
free time.
it's like
Everyone
one
just
minute.
chants for like, well, yeah, but then there's like the morning announcements and all that.
Oh yeah, I don't stand up for that, but yeah, but like the pledge of allegiance is like 1 minute.
Or I would possibly, I think I used to stand and then just not say anything.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
I think it was around the time that I discovered that I did not have to say under God or something.
Oh,
And I was like, oh, technically I'm not really Christian. And then I got sent to like church, and then I was like, maybe I do believe in Christian. You know,
oh,
Christian, the Jesus
yeah, yeah,
Christian.
yeah, yeah.
Yep,
Chrysler.
Chrysler. Yeah, I do love Mary Chrysler. And you get to the holiday season, and you're like, ah, yes, Mary Chrysler, Crimbo, good old Crimbo. Holiday season is really just something that consumerisms have driven up to frenzy, huh?
Honestly,
Like it would not be the same if there were not like 80% off on select deals. Yeah, y- I do wonder. Well, I mean, hold on. This is just a theoretical question that no one will hear surely, but are there countries out there that exist that don't have like super capitalist market? There are probably, right? And then their Christmases are probably like different. Like this is assuming the country is aware that Christmas is a holiday, but they may just not like celebrate it as hard. I wonder how that is. Because I feel like, once like mid-November passes, you're just into the Christmas season, right?
yeah,
And this Christmas season lasts until the new year.
yeah.
And then the sales also last until the new year. And this is also the time where you go, oh my, all these things are on sale. I don't know what to buy because I did not prepare. It's me every time. And I'm like, damn, I should really like prepare a list of things I need so I can like wait for that time. And then I never do. Well, what do you think about the story then?
I'll give this one at least
At
a
least
six.
a six, at least a six.
Yeah.
I felt like the story was generic, very very generic. It really did just I. I mean, there's only so many ways you can co-op the one day there were portals in the sky, and out of the portals came monsters. And then slowly as humanity started to fight back, people started gaining powers, and they were known as hunters. There's only so many ways you can run that before it gets really, really stale. This one doesn't even try to like hide the staleness, so I'll give it like a 4. It's just you there's got to be ways for you to make that more inventive. Superhuman Battlefield, for example, that we reviewed. They were like, one day monsters emerged from the ground. I mean, hey, it was still was not very inventive, but at least they did not emerge from portals in the sky, you know? They at least
Uh,
put a spin on it. Not a very good spin on it, but they did something. And I think that's good enough. What would you like to do for the characters? Did you like anyone? Did you like the main character?
the main character, he's pretty generic. We don't know much about him. Honest to God,
His
got
parents
some
didn't
sort of
recognize him when he lost weight.
he got
Those are some bad
trauma over not
parents.
being able to be strong enough to protect his family from the invading monsters.
Also, I call BS that all of his family members were unscathed after the initial attack. I call BS. I feel like he should have woken up and his like sister was like dead.
That would have created like actual like trauma. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know.
Or like his like parents were like crushed, you know?
Yeah.
Instead, his sister was just very dumb and opened the doors for a monster.
But now she's in a coma. Oh no.
Yeah, and now she can only be saved with the power of apparently an elixir.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. You like any of his like funny ally people?
His clones, they're great.
Yeah. Oh well, the clones and also like the JM agency guy and the potion lady who makes poison basically.
Oh, they exist.
They exist. His clones are funny though. I
Yeah.
like the parts where the clones are like, "Oh my god, he's paying for steak? I get steak?" These guys are just literally like eating jewels, eating crystals and jewels, and thriving off of nothing but that. They're so sad. Those poor guys.
That should get a 5 from me.
Get a 5.
Uh, yeah.
Hmm. Are there any villains to hate on this one?
Um,
You'd say the guy from the academy, but I
there's
don't really
that
hate him.
one. There's like this random like delinquent trio at the beginning. Uh, there's the Silver Moon Guild and the High Jung Guild.
Yeah, yeah. MC does the classic like, if you hurt my people, I will rip out your entrails and feed them to your parents.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, I'll never do that again, sir." Uh, it is pretty generic. I did like the. It's again an art score thing, isn't it? I'm gonna say I really like the funny faces.
I put that in story for like comedy, but
Oh,
that's what gave it a 6 out of 5.
well, we'll give it a 5 here as well. It's uh, honestly, this one ended off for webtoons at like level at chapter 65 or so. Um, Once you get to like chapter 80 or so, you actually do learn a decent amount of. There's actually they did a huge lore drop in the next like 20 chapters, like a critically big lore drop where all the comments were like, "Oh my god, the author is cooking, is cooking." Like
Well,
it, they actually did something insane, but you haven't gotten there yet, so you don't know what it is, and it's probably best for people to find out themselves. Anyway, what's the score at? Let's do some math. 1.5 plus 5 plus 5. I hate that you did a prediction score of 6, Chris.
What was
Really
the
don't like
score?
that. 6.16.
That sounds exactly like all the other scores.
When are we gonna? Can we review something where the art is equally trash? Can we do that? Can we bring
Why
Winton
would
back
we read
on?
it then?
Can we bring Winton back on so we can rate the art score like 4?
Did Winston ever rate the art score 4?
I feel like he gave something negative points, didn't
He gave story and character like negative points.
he? Did he give the art good score?
I think so, yeah.
Damn. Okay. Let's find someone who doesn't have eyes, and then we can really ask him to judge the R score, and then finally we'll have something that's not a damn 6 because the R score is so good. How are the
Oh,
skill windows in this one?
mm, hey, it's another one of those, people got skill windows. Woohoo!
I'm gonna give it a generic out of 10. Alright, it's your time to pick.
Wait, didn't I choose auto hunting?
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yeah.
shoot. So used to just. Oh, yeah, you did because Asura was down. Well, don't worry, Asura's back up. Now we can go trawl through the trash again. Love trawling through trash. God, Sleeping Ranker is still going strong.
No, no.
Some of these I know are sort of bad, so I don't want to read them. And some of them are like too long, and also don't want to read them. There's no shot this one has 97. There's no shot this one has 97 chapters. Why would it possibly have 97 chapters?
Logging 10,000
Oh.
years into the future?
What do you mean? Oh. Oh no.
Oh, it's funny.
This one's
Rough.
not good. Okay? I this one's not good. Oh, I just wanted something like easy. But if we don't review the trash, we can't get better, you know?
Huh? Yeah, yeah.
If we don't
I
review the trash,
understand.
who's gonna review the trash, you know? Like
Yeah,
everyone's
we're
gonna
doing a
just go
public
after the good
service.
stuff. And at this point, can we even call solo leveling good stuff?
Oh no.
Anyway, I'm gonna change the title. We're gonna read Genius of the Unique Lineage. Yep, this one's bad, in my opinion. But it's got a 9.5 on Asura, which is actually weirdly optimistic. I don't like this one.
Oh my god. I hate all these premises that are like, I want to kill invaders and live a happy
No,
daily
no, no,
life.
hold on. People say chasing two different rabbits will make you miss both. But dot dot dot. Just don't miss them.
Ugh.
I
Oh my
want to
god.
I want to kill invaders and live a happy, nice life in my special little world.
Why why do writers like what's the point of writing this story? Like so you're trying to make it big as an author. And you're like, all right, I need a story
Listen, if I
idea. This guy.
honestly, hey, listen, honestly, if I was trying to make it big, I would just be one day portals appeared in the damn sky and monsters came out of the damn portals, and then people awakened and they were called hunters and and they were separated by ranks. I would absolutely do that because it's sell. You know, it's a proven thing to sell. The same way, the hunters, they go about their lives, but oh, there's also people who exist outside of the normal worldly realms, and these are called gods, and the gods can gift little coins to people. You just you just slam all the genres, you stuff them all into one, and then you make this horrible ball of nonsense, and you toss it out into the world, and people will read that shit. You're kidding me?
Oh my
That's how you get a big
gosh.
now, Chris. Originality, what's that? You don't need that here, not where we're going.
Uh,
Yeah. Well, like, you think you would actually make like, a really original concept and still make it amidst
I
all of
feel
these
like
guys that are doing fine just by copying stuff?
I don't think you necessarily need like a super original concept, but this completely, I don't know, copy paste nonsense genre is kind of something.
Well, I'll tell you what, Genius of the Unique Lineage is neither a reincarnation nor a, like, isekai or anything. The guy just lives, I guess. It I it's some weird stuff. I
Mm.
this one is like it's like trying to be the best of both worlds, but it just sort of fails. And you, yeah. Anyway, because I feel like I've read most of these, honestly, I should have probably done the. Let's just do it where like I do the prediction score for you, and you did prediction score for me or something.
Alrighty.
We already messed it up this time, but what's your prediction score now for this one? Based on a
6.
9.5 on a. I hate you. I why do I why do we record? There's no point. He's just gonna pick 6 every time. Okay. I I hope after this week we come back and you just tell me it's not gonna be a 6. Because I really hope you don't like this one. This one's not I ugh. Also, I've read so many like Korean army ones. I'm not saying this is a Korean army one, but it might be a Korean army one.
Okay.
Anyway, I will see you next week.
Yeah.
Yep. No show this time. Just do a Katarina combo on the keyboard and you might subscribe. All right,
Oh.
thanks. Bye.